shower, change, and then I'm going to when you change, you can come.
Hi guys, thank you much for joining the Grace Cup. Hi Gracie. It's been a while. Nimewamiss by the way, nikasema leo niwasalimie. Hi babe. Hi Lian. Hi Brigitte. Brigitte. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I love you. There's Ndunge. It's Dida. People keep on calling me Ndinda, but it's Dida. Hi Miss Adisa. Hi Winnie Mwajuma. Simply Shooks, why your hair? I know, small wins. You can say that again. Head full of hair. We thank God for that. Hi Ndunge. Poa sana. Kuna watu wako na handle hata nashindwa ku pronounce. Guys, nimewamiss. And this is not one of those controversial videos or commentary videos. I just thought I'd open up my heart to you guys and share part of my experiences through my journey and what I think I did wrong. Did wrong, really? What I think I should have done. Well, I get many comments from people saying, wow, Bwire, you're a star. Bwire, you are a super strong girl. You're a strong woman. You are the Titan. I think that's one of my most favorite descriptions, that you are the Titan. And while I really appreciate all that, I came to realize that throughout this journey that I've been on, it got to a point where nilifeel ni kama it's expected of me to be strong. I wasn't letting myself break. I wasn't letting myself access my vulnerability. And you guys, it sent me into a little bit of depression. Because whenever I wanted to cry, I had to think about all those people that I'm staying strong for out there. So I'm like, how can I cry? I cannot cry. I have to be strong. I have to stay strong, because there's a whole army of people who believe in me, a whole army of people who are expecting to draw strength from me. But this is the thing, you can't fill people's cups from an empty cup. And when I realized that, I realized how important it was for me to break. And I remember telling Dan over here that, babe, mi nimeshindwa kulia. Like, remember that? Namwambia, I'm trying to access my emotions and I can't. But it's because I had built the great walls of China where my vulnerability is concerned. And part of me became really, really sad, because your expectation nakwambia ilifika mahali ilisink. When you're human, you should allow yourself to break, allow yourself to cry, have some strong days. Every time I think of posting something, literally, this is me. I want to encourage someone today. Even if I'm having a very shitty day, I want to encourage someone today. I want to encourage someone that they don't have to feel what it is I'm feeling now. But the truth of the matter is, I should have just posted exactly how it is I felt at the time. Like, if I'm having a shitty day, I should just be able to say, hey, yo, I'm having the shittiest of days. Please tell me something nice. And it dawned on me that so many strong people out there don't know what to do with the real kind of emotions that they go through. They don't know how to cry, when to cry, if they should cry or break, or just access that part of them where it's okay to have someone else take care of you for a change. And for the longest time, I've felt like I have to take care of these guys. I have to be strong for my boys. I have to be strong for my husband, especially because he's been through a loss of a spouse before. that was my mental state. I don't know if you understand. Like when I got my diagnosis, imagine instead of thinking of myself, the first person I'm like thinking of is this guy here, because I'm like, God, are you serious? Like, how can you do this twice in a row? I didn't even, that's really weird. Like, I didn't even think of myself first. Yet, I'm the one who's carrying this burden. And so I'm here to tell you guys, please, I'm just here to remind someone, anyone, it is not a crime to cry. It is not a crime to depend on someone. It does not make you weak. If anything, it proves that you're human. It proves that you are able to access humanity, access emotions, and be there for other people as well as have them be there for you. But do you have anything to say before I start reading these comments? And how are we supposed to send Halima money if we're live? I hadn't done it before. But let me read some few. Okay, yeah, okay. Just call her and confirm. She said she was on the line, but I think it's yeah. Let me scroll back up. Baba, please don't press the remote. You wanna come say hi to my people? I'm live. Come say hi.
Hi.
That's a pop in. You wanna say hi, Jibril?
Hi, everyone.
So, let us see. Wait, where are the comments? Okay. Simply Shook says, I feel you. I'm on the same journey and I have never broken. I also can't access my emotions. I totally feel you, Shooks. I feel like our brains, the way our bodies, the antibodies we have in our bodies, they just go into automatic defense to defend our bodies from diseases. I feel like that's kind of what we are doing with our minds and our emotional states. You automatically go into defense because you are afraid to break. You feel like breaking is a form of weakness, or it is giving in to whatever form of suffering it is that you are undergoing at the moment. And I'm here to encourage you and tell you that you're not alone. I'm going through those motions and I'm realizing how important it is for me to break, how important it is for me to have bad days, because it makes me human. What do you guys think about strong people? Like, who do strong people turn to when they're tired of being strong? Because we all get there. We all get tired of being strong at some point. Just the other day, I think a day or two before, I was having a really bad day. I was just feeling like, I was just not feeling like myself. Like, there was nothing, I don't know how to describe it. I was in a really shitty place. And I just really needed for someone to see that I'm in a really shitty place and lift me up. But you see, when I try to put a post up online and people just go, strong girl, my strong girl, Dida, my strong girl. I admire you, your strength. And automatically, the sense of vulnerability of breaking that I was having shifted to, okay, I'm a strong girl, and I have to be strong, I have to keep strong. And so my armor was back on again. And it is exhausting. And sometimes I don't want to be strong, guys. And it should be okay. And you shouldn't have to feel like you have to be strong all the time. Dear Buire, Dan, it shall be well. Thank you, Tesh. Dan and a smile. My favorite couple. Binene anasema una smile. Pay your smile, Tena. Hey you guys, ni catch up. By the see lecture, ni catch up, please. Let me know how you guys are doing. Eternity Girl 001. Ish. By the way, where did we go today? You guys want to tell them where we went today?
Yes.
Where did we go?
We went to Swahili Pot. and there were like these US people who are singing songs.
The US Navy,
Oh yeah, the US Navy.
they have a band. So the band was performing there, right? Did you guys have fun?
Yeah, we did.
Did you know any song that they sang? Can you sing? Can you sing the chorus? How does it go?
I don't know that.
Are you trying to say, baby, come down?
Yes.
Come down.
One of the.
Na, 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 knock down. Na, na, knock down. Is that the song?
Yeah, it's the song.
Love you guys. Deep State. Poke salam. Hey,
Love
hi
you
Deep
too.
State.
Love you too.
We love you too. That is Auntie Marion.
Hi, Auntie Marion.
You remember Grayson?
Yes.
Yes.
That's her mother.
We love you too, Deep State. Auntie Mayo. The boys are all grown. Good job. Thank you. And good job to them too for making it an awful lot easy. But let me ask you guys, are there days where where you say like you feel like you can put your children in a basket and ship them off to the deep seas because you just have to hear with them sometimes? Niwaseme. Niwaseme vile. Niwaseme.
And also,
Niwaseme vile wa
wait,
stress.
mommy. And also, people say I have a mustache right here.
I can see it.
If I zoom up, you can easily see it.
If you zoom in.
Zoom in. You see, there's like black stuff here.
Hair, you mean?
Yeah, hair.
Zuleka Zoo, you're so strong, mommy. May God cure you from the disease. Thank you so much. Thank you, Zuleka. But today, here, we're talking about my weakness. My weaknesses, not my weaknesses, my vulnerability. And do you know what that word means? Allowing yourself to be human, to feel. Like you don't have to be strong all the time. Has someone ever told you like you're a boy and you're crying? Why are you crying? Has anyone ever told you that? Well, never listen to anyone who tells you that you're a boy or a girl, you are allowed to cry. If you feel like crying, it is important to cry. It is important to say you're tired.
That's because it's feelings.
It is feelings and you have to let them out. Exactly. You got it.
You have to show them out. No, don't show them.
You don't have to show people, but you have to release them.
Don't force it in.
Yes, don't hold it inside. Exactly.
So people don't know you're crying.
Yes.
And if you're a grown man or woman, it is good to cry sometimes.
High five. It is good to cry sometimes. There is a 9-year-old giving you guys advice, and I've been in a position where I've felt for so long I am not allowed to cry. I shouldn't cry. Oh my goodness.
But it's okay.
Bire, you're very strong. I really want to be like you. Girl 001, thank you so much for that compliment. But I want to be like you guys. To be able to let loose, to be able to feel, to be able to cry, to be able to be frustrated, you know. Like I always have my strong gear all day, every day. I've had people call me to tell me, I'm so sorry about what you're going through. It's going to be well. And then by the end of that conversation, I'm the one who's encouraging them. Like how I turn the tables, I think it's a defense. It's a form of defense mechanism. Whereas I should just be able to say, oh yeah, thank you, yes, yeah, I'll fight through it. And you know, in other news, I have a headset full of hair. How you guys like that?
And also, she looks like a boy.
All natural, baby, all natural. Wale ambao wana shida za nywele wanyoe. Munyoe nywele zenu zitamea zitarudi. On the TV I have what?
Fake hair.
Ebu tell them.
She wears a wig. Yes.
You guys.
Fake
He's outed me on the TV. I have fake hair.
And also.
Okay.
And also when you're making this one live, the entire world is watching.
Well, I don't know
Ah,
if
you
the
remember-
entire world is watching,
Yes, you
but
remember last time when we did it
yes,
on the cakes
yes.
all around the world?
Sweetheart, have you thought about traveling to India for proper medication? I took my daughter there last year, and I can tell you there is doctors and doctors and a half. God come through for us. Sal, baby, yes, I have. Believe you me, so many options have been thrown at me, and I can tell you for sure. This process can get very confusing because one thing I've come to learn is everyone has a different kind of journey. You might be suffering from the same thing, but everyone's journey is completely different. Kuna mtu atakwambia nilifanya hii nikapona, mwingine akwambia nilienda kuombewa na pastor sijui nani nikapona, mwingine akwambia Dr. so and so treated me and I got well. This is my belief. Every single person has a completely different experience on whatever journeys they're on. So there's never really a particular formula. And I totally hear you, and I'm glad that India worked out. But that doesn't mean that you cannot get proper medication here and have it not work out. For instance, I have got people who started out chemotherapy with me, and they're doing absolutely fine. I'm super proud of them. They're hanging in there. They've fought. Still on a bit of treatment, but done with chemo, done with radiotherapy, and they're doing amazing, with no chances of reoccurrence looking up. And that's Kenya. So I think it's a matter of finding proper facilities that administer. Of course, for instance, like I consult with an oncologist from the United States, as much as I'm receiving my treatment from here, and we keep updates of my journey time and time and again. And when there's something wrong, we share, and sometimes even we get to share with the oncologist here, because that is the person who's seeing me on a day-to-day basis, or rather on a monthly basis. And I do not believe that there's one specific formula. But we all can get better. And yes, I have thought about going to India. I have thought about going to Nairobi. I have thought about staying in Mombasa. And at the end of the day, all that really matters is you're getting a good, good medical attention from a good oncologist or doctor if you're suffering from anything else. And you're in consultation with other doctors. This is one thing I have learned to do where the medical industry is concerned. Never just listen to one person. Always get a third, fourth, fifth, and sixth opinion. Because when you have 2 or 3, 4 people speaking the same language, chances are what you're being told to do, or what you're being told is happening with you, is indeed it. But when you go to just one person and they give you their verdict and you roll with that verdict, I'm not saying it's wrong, but it's nice. It's nice to affirm. For instance, ukiona breast cancer, there are chances that you have to undergo a mastectomy. So if you're going to lose your breast, you have to make sure that it is worth losing to save your life. It's worth losing to save your life. Rather than finding out that hii kitu issue nilikuwa nayo ilikuwa ndogo, I didn't have to lose my breast. I could equally have gotten well with or without the mastectomy. So it's important for you to get a second, third, fourth, fifth opinion. Afadhali ulipe 5,000 in consultation mara 5 na ukuwe na proper diagnosis, then uone mtu mmoja alafu ukuwe misdiagnosed. Okay, maybe let's move the camera a little bit back so it can accommodate all of us.
Maybe I have to stand like this.
Okay, I'll move this way. May he come through for you, strong girl. Thank you, Sal. You're healed in Jesus' name. The boys need me. I am Megan. Thank you. Yes, they do. I need myself.
Yes.
I need myself too. I love my life. I have dreams. I have hopes. And I am going to live those dreams. I ain't going nowhere until my time is done. I don't know when you people, is there anyone who actually gets to a point and say, hey, yo, my work here is finished?
Yes.
Who?
Jesus, he said, take this cup from me.
But he never really says my work here is finished.
But take this cup. He's tired of pouring out and pouring in. Now take the cup.
The cup of suffering, babe.
No, he wasn't. No, he said
Take this. If you will it, take this cup of suffering away from me.
Yes. And what was suffering most? His life.
Sheesh.
But yeah, babe.
Pastor is here.
The pastor is here. The boys are mommy's kids, clearly. Clearly? Can you tell who's more of a mommy's boy?
Me. Huh? People, wait, mommy.
Yes?
You said in school, people say I have the same eyes like you.
With the Chinese eyes.
Yeah.
Ebu, come here.
I'll come here.
Let's see. But I'm wearing lashes now. It may be a bit difficult. But yeah. People say we have the same eyes. I think it's because we have tiny eyes. Agal Toto says it's true. Like me, Nikisema, I have a problem. You guys want to go have dinner? It's true. Like me, Nikisema, I have a problem. Unasikia you are a strong woman. To a point that hata your family will never help you out. Juu nimeona wanajua utamake peke yako. Girl Toto, you have spoken my heart. You have spoken literally. Let me tell you a story. I'm not going to mention names. But when I first got my diagnosis, a friend of mine, a very good friend, and I know she didn't mean harm. She didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. She was really just genuinely concerned and feeling bad for us. But she calls me and says, Winnie, how are you? What are we going to do about this? And I'm like, let's just get to listen to what the doctors have to say, how we are going to go about it. And then she goes ahead and says, slowly, Baba. She goes ahead and says, Maskini Dan. And I'm like, okay, in my head, I'm like, Maskini Dan? And I'm the one who's in this situation. Like, shouldn't it be like Maskini Winnie? Not that I wanted her to shame me or anything. But it's like, if someone told me, if Babe told me you told me you were sick, I'd go, oh gosh, oh no, sorry. But can you imagine someone going like, oh no, Winnie, Maskini Winnie. And then at the end of the conversation, she actually says, we mi najua unakuanga strong, utatoboa. Do you know how that made me feel? Mi ndio mgonjwa, lakini anayehurumiwa ni mwingine. Anayemaskiniwa ni mwingine. And that made me feel like I was not allowed to not be strong. Like, this is a moment where I needed to not be strong so that my friends and the world, the rest of the world, could carry me. This was my vulnerable moment. This was a moment where I was down. I felt like my whole life had come to a standstill, literally. And it became about another person. Another person. It's not a competition. But I have to point out that made me feel like I have to be strong for him. I can't die for him. Whereas it should have been for me. Because I want to live, because I want to explore life. There's so many things I haven't done, you know. And that is the gear that I started out on. Like, I want to be strong. Even when I go on set to film Sultana, those days when I was doing like really, really bad, and everyone is just looking at me like I'm going to die the next day, which is not cool, by the way, you guys. To Saidi, we need encouragement. We need nice, happy, friendly faces. I'm tired of meeting people who look at me like, how about I meet people who look at me like, Winnie, hi, nice to see you. Oh my God, how are you doing? How's life? How are the kids? How's work? Despite the fact that we are battling whatever it is we are battling, we're still human. We're still us. We don't, like, our personalities don't change because of the struggles we are going through. And so I know you think you're coming from a good place when you do that. when you hug me real tight and you refuse to let me go of your embrace. I've had some people even cry in my arms and then I end up consoling them. And sometimes I don't know what to do with those feelings. Like, am I supposed to start crying as well? In this case, if you're gonna break, what am I supposed to do? So nabaki mimi, ngangari, nabidi nikuwe ngangari. I'm not allowed to break because I'm busy consoling people who should be consoling me. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. But I have to say that even strong people need to be allowed to be human. Even strong people need taking care of. I should be allowed to have a bad day and just say that I'm having a bad day. I don't want to do ABCD. Just leave me alone. I'm not in a good place. And because I'm busy playing the career woman and wife and mom, almost, that's cool, I almost do not have permission to not be strong. And this one here keeps reminding me that, hey, I'm here for you. But you see, he says that and I don't, I mean, I know it's at the back of my head. I know that I have someone that I can rely on, but I never really exercise those words. If that, Sana, babe, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, just one thing. Kuna point ya nguvu, umeongea point mob za nguvu, but there's this point on I know there's usually this awkward feeling of umepata news ama umesikia about someone and you want to confirm or maybe you want to extend some kind of akinaweza mfanyia mtu nini, naweza mwambia nini, naogopa kumpigia simu. When you actually decide to do it, first I'd advise you to put yourself in that person's shoes. What kind of news would you want to hear?
Yeah.
If not that, stop, try and study that person, look at their body language, look at what vibe they are throwing at you so that you see how to respond back. Case in point, this black beauty over here. So she's showing you that her standpoint is, I will live, I will not die. So that was your standpoint?
Yeah.
She is telling her oncologist the first day, within the first 2 minutes of being given her results, she's telling the oncologist, I'm not cutting my breast. My daughter will breastfeed from this same breast. That is the attitude of the person that you are trying to express how you are feeling. So if you're feeling low and this person needs to be uplifted, don't bring them to your low level. Meet them at theirs, ama take them higher, or just hug them. Bas. Like anyway, wangani hard.
Like when you lost Drew, what was the most ridiculous thing people say to you?
Kwanza.
Guys, are you eating?
Yeah.
Because it's past bedtime.
They're doing faces.
It is past bedtime. You know it's a school night?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, eat up and go to bed.
I pick her chips from there.
Mm.
So, you're asking when Drew went to be with the Lord.
Yeah.
We. So, reactions zatu by there zilikuwa zisaidi. Sisemi kwa ubaya pia zilikuwa zisaidi.
Yeah.
Because, yes, I know I'm stuck. By the way, it is me who is stuck, not you. I am stuck. Okay. But then, in my stuckness, I'm trying to see the next steps. The least you can do is be a candle to my darkness. So that I can see the steps for myself. Do not show me the shadows that you have seen. Do not tell me, do not gauge me or judge me basis what you feel is the right thing to do. Case in point, when I was considering I hadn't even started considering dating. Yeah? But only fresh. So nimepewa a lot of advice. Life is for the living. Kuna wale wanakuchocha na kupatia encouragement. Ukianza tu unaanza kuingiza mguu hivi, you're being shot down. It's not family, it's not friends. So people are pulling you this way, other people are pulling you that way. No one is listening to you.
To what it is you want.
No one is understanding you and the kind of direction that you would like to take. Because we all have different paths. Everyone wants there. That's why you're told you're projecting. Don't project. It is you, it's your expectation. But who are they? What are they going through? How can you support them through their journey to go to the next level?
Yeah.
If we're able to understand that and do that for one another, yani the change can be exponential. But then again, the society we are in. Ulisema si lecture, hebu jibambe hapa.
Maria Melissa says, I can't wait. I think she meant I can't wait to come and have something with this beautiful family. May God always guide and protect you. Amen. Johari, hi. Hi, Nandiye. Did you have people calling you to confirm that actually, like, how do you do that? Did you have people who called you to confirm that actually
Drew is dead?
Drew is dead?
Wewe acha hiyo kwanza.
Imagine mtu amefiliwa, alafu tena watch hata hiyo. Were people calling her number to confirm that?
Ndio maana nacheka. People were calling Drew's number. Friend requests nazo.
Kwa account yake?
Kwa account yake ya Facebook. Friend requests too.
So how is she supposed
to? Some people are so dark. You've heard someone has died. That is when you are sending a friend request. You want now udaku. Udaku itawaua wa Kenya. Let's have healthy udaku.
Oh my God. They are not your weaknesses but your strengths. May Jehovah heal you in Jesus' name. Yes.
Babe, mina swali. Cancer. Nataka tu niambie kitu kidogo about jani yako ya cancer. And attach it to your walk of faith, your family of believers. How has the church and the Christian family supported you? Or maybe how has Christianity been for you through this time? Not prior, forget about prior, but when your cancer journey started.
How has the church supported me? Or how
how's your relationship with the church, with your understanding of the word? I know it's a broad question, but your journey and the faith.
My faith was definitely heightened because I think we all tend to gravitate towards some form of spirituality when you're going through a tough time. When you're going through something, anything really, that is giving you a tough time. You tend to gravitate towards the spiritual side of life. You take it a little bit more seriously because you realize that what you're going through is more than man can be able to bail you out of. And so my journey has been a combination of earthly medicine and spiritual medicine. By spiritual medicine, I mean, you know, when I say that I will live and not die, I actually believe it. But I get that from my faith as a Christian. Because my Bible teaches me that there's power in the spoken, there's power in the word. And so I told myself, if there is a God up in heaven who can hear me right now, and he wrote this book of guidelines for me to follow, I will use this very, very book to walk through this. And for some reason, you know, at first I really thought I was being punished for something. Like, I went through so many emotions. And I was thinking, like, what could I have done for God to sit down in the chair and decide, this one, you know? And that is the mentality most of us have when something bad is happening to us. But that's not it. I have just most recently learned that life without trials is worthless. It's nothing. Because it is through those trials and temptations and mashida zile unapitia, challenges, puzzles, that you become the person it is that you are. I am who I am now because of this challenge that I am going through. If you'd met me, say 2-3 years ago, I don't think this is the person you'd have met. And because I am walking through that fire, there's some form of being refined, the state of being refined that is taking place. I start to see things differently. I analyze things differently. I handle myself differently than I did before. I start appreciating things that I used to take for granted. And you find that this new person, Michelle Obama calls it becoming, #becoming, becomes because of the experiences. Therefore, the experiences are very vital in who you turn out to be. And therefore, the experiences are very necessary. The fire is very necessary for you to achieve your level of elevation or greatness, because it is through fire that beautiful things are formed. It is through fire that pottery and clay works are refined, are created to be long-lasting. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, fire is not such a bad thing after all. Where we need to shift our minds is towards how well equipped we are to walk through the fire. And for me, the word of mouth, the spoken, is what is getting me through the fire, because I said from the word go, I will give birth to a baby girl who is not yet in my stomach or anything, in my womb or anything, and she will suckle on that very breast, the same breast that the doctors are saying is ill. And I went on my knees and I told God, if I stand in front of people and say I'm a Christian and I serve a living God, then surely you can do this for me. I choose to have faith that you will do this. And therefore, for me, faith has been very instrumental in terms of lifting me up when I was feeling down. I'm a musician, so I tend to lean towards music more than I do towards the word. But I believe music itself is a form of the word. And it is very, for me, it connects me with God almost instantly. You know?
Kama hii ni kanisa, mimi ndio mhubiri, mimi ndio msee wa word. Hata wananiita word warrior. Alafu huyu ndio head of worship. Praise and worship.
And so, in fact, at first, si lecture. So, umeniuliza swali, wacha nikujibu.
Lakini umetoa vizungu words kubwa, hizo zinaisha 5 p.m. Karusungu.
At first, when I got my diagnosis, I shared with the pastor's wife, and she didn't tell my pastor, and then went quiet. And then after a really long time, when I came out online, I think that is how my pastor was learning that I was ill. And so my pastor was like, how can you not share such vital information so that we can pray with you? And I was like, I did. Like, I thought I did by extension. And so I sorry guys, I have to say good night. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
And so part of me was really bitter. Good night, my love.
Good night, everyone.
Part of me was really bitter because I expected more. But then one of my sisters, her name is Juliet Mumia, talked to me and she told me, your expectation is what is breaking your heart. The thing is, you realize everyone is fighting some sort of battle out there. It's just that yako imefika sahi, but there's people who've been fighting a ton of battles out there. And that got me to realize that when I think that my problems ndio zimefika na they should take over the world, there's a whole lot of people that surround me that were fighting battles before me, after me, and I probably didn't realize. So then that the world doesn't revolve around you, just because you feel someone should reach out and say, hey, Paule, and they didn't, and you get mad about it, doesn't mean that person is wrong. Sometimes people are fighting bigger battles than you actually know of. If you'd care to ask, watakufungulia roho na utashangaa. Mimi nimesikia shida za watu paka wanakaa najiambia, hey, okay, I'm better off. I'm battling a terminal illness, but I'm better off than this person. And so when I came out, some of the church members were just discovering that I'm sick, and I'm happy they stepped in and they encouraged me. They prayed with me. They come visit me at home. And from that, even like some form of game night was birthed. And then now we're going to be doing, oh my God, I'm so excited about it. Like a monthly thing, you know. So something good came out of that.
Precisely. Yeah.
And I couldn't have it any other way. Oh, I'm sorry. Imekuwa lecture kweli. Priska Guio, you are strong. Thank you. But hii video ya leo
a different kind of strength.
a different kind of strength. A strength that allows me to be vulnerable, and not a strength that doesn't allow me to put myself first, in the sense that I'm worried about everyone else except me. I'm worried that people are going to judge me for what it is I am going through as opposed to who I really am. Everywhere I go, yani babe, watu wanavyokuangalia tu, yani waona tu tayari yani huyu ashaniingiza kwenye coffin.
Kaburi akazika.
Amechimba kaburi 6 feet, ameniingiza kabisa ile ya juu. Yani kabisa kuna mtu kwa macho hivi kwa sura.
Enjoy Salt Bay, na enjoy Soil Bay.
Soil Bay. Ashakuzika, and you're standing right beside them. And this person, by the way,
church inaendelea.
Hajui sweetie anafanya hivyo intentionally.
No, haoni hiyo spirit ambayo imemwingia.
Haoni kama ajui anafanya hivyo. Let me use the word hajui anafanya hivyo. Hajui. Utajuaje? Priska, yes, I'm healed in Jesus' name. Your work is not finished. Not at all. Rook's Delight. Nyawira, Faith Mutuku, I see you. Glad TV 23, I see you. Binene acheka nani, acheka. You will be healed. Shangazi Said, Saldi. Susanna says, Bure hugs girl. Happy you started from Sweden to you and your family, and it's okay to feel it and show it and be you. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. What do you guys think about vulnerability? Ebu tuonge. Niambieni, do you feel like being vulnerable is a form of weakness, especially kwa wanaume? Kama wewe babe, I'm sure kuna mabeste zako maboy ambao wame reach out concerning this situation because they are feeling precisely it's happening round 2. It's ndio hii
round 2, yeah.
yeah, loss.
Oh, yeah. But what was your question? Vulnerability.
I'm asking them what they think about vulnerability, but what do you think about vulnerability as well, being a caregiver? Especially you sleep beside me every single night, and I'm sure there are days where you felt like you want to break down, but have you ever felt like you can't do it in front of me because you start building castles in the air, like you start assuming how it is I will feel if you did that, if you broke, or like what were the emotions you were going through?
For me, it took some time to build to where I am now, because if I talk about vulnerability now, vis-a-vis prior to COVID, vis-a-vis prior to losing Drew, all those instances, I would define vulnerability differently because it changes.
Ngoja. Ebu msikie Rook's Delights. Amejisema hapa mwenyewe. And then you'll continue. Sorry for interrupting. She says, I swear I felt the same thing. I was broken for you, but I don't know why I was like maskini Dan. Exactly my point. Sorry for interrupting.
It's story. So we are talking about vulnerability.
Yes.
Vulnerability kweli. We are we are a beautiful garden, all of us. And no one wants weeds in their garden at all.
Sorry, guys.
Umevaa kama Daryl. By the way, guys, we've come from a production called Sounds of the USA. Now, this is a band, the US Naval Force Africa Europe band. They were playing today at Swahili Port. So, these guys were taking a photo. Nimeshama? Oh.
So, like, you know, I like establishing eye contact when someone is speaking.
Oh, sorry. Oh. So, she went to take a selfie.
A video, actually.
She was taking a video. And her youngest son, Daryl, was there. Oh, so she's pulled the same thing kwa live yake.
Oh my God.
Moving on swiftly. Vulnerability. So, in the garden that we are in, we are all beautiful flowers and we are distinct. Each has their own scent, has their own style.
Yeah.
Roses, remember, have thorns. As in, we are a beautiful garden. But to keep the weeds at bay, what happens? You cut, you prune. You being pruned takes pain, it takes loss, it takes detaching from. It takes saying, I don't know, I can't, I'm lost.
Yeah.
That is vulnerability. And that is a true show of strength. Because I'm in the dark, I can't see. But then, guess what? I've dared to go into that darkness.
Yeah.
We look up to scientists a lot, but we don't realize that what makes a scientist is continual failure and testing until they get it right. They don't mind failing and they document it so that they improve. So even for ourselves, we need to understand ourselves. Where we don't know, we ask. It is that simple. It's not rocket science. Where you are feeling pain, say you are feeling pain. Not for anything else.
Or if you can't say it, show it.
Show it, as in, let it out. Because that way you are pruning.
Let it go.
And the garden grows.
Let it go.
Simple as not.
Na ndiye ati leo sisalimiki. Kwa nini sisalimiki babani venye tuna preach hapa? Leo tuna preach.
Na wewe ulisema utaimba. Tumetoka USA Naval Brass Band.
But band. Today it felt nice kuimbiwa na watu wengine.
Wazungu tena.
Wazungu tena.
Bado ni USA sasa.
I live and die in Africa. Kutembea tutatembea, lakini kurudi tutarudi tu Afrika. Hey Achibella.
Achibella, my pretty little darling, please come home to me.
What's the topic about? Nerissa anauliza what's the topic about? The topic is about vulnerability. Who is Drew? Okay, where?
Hey. So you do this.
Huyu anahitaji catch up one on one.
Hawezi kuja kwa shule ukakimbia class 6. Enda chekechea. ECD.
We're talking about vulnerability, guys. I shared earlier on that when I got my diagnosis, I felt like I had to be strong. Because for me, being strong meant that I am positive. Being strong meant that I'm not going to die. Being strong meant that my life was continuing as normal. But what I forgot, or rather what I didn't give myself a chance to experience, is the motions, just to experience the different motions, the ups and downs, to allow myself to cry, to allow myself to be angry, to allow, like, it was almost like, you are expelled from this school. Okay, on to the next one. Literally, that is how I handled my diagnosis. And while that is very good, it was not so good for my emotional health. Because way down the line, I kept telling Dan, I am tired, I'm exhausted. I just feel like I want to get in a car and drive and not look back and not come back. But what I didn't realize is that I've been carrying so many people, and ever since I came out to the world, for some reason, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but people treat me like I'm a doctor. Other people who are on this journey are relying on me to share my experiences, to share my strength with them, and therefore for me, that was more responsibility. Every time I felt like I want to break, I had no permission to break because I was carrying other people. And it got to a point, namwambia Dan, I can't breathe anymore. I feel like I can't breathe. And all I needed to do was just let other people carry me, just cry and break down and have other people hold me and tell me it's going to be okay. Even when I know deep down, I've decided that I'm going to leave, I'm not going to die, it's going to be okay. My life is not going to change because of this situation. I will outlive this thing and not the other way around. It was really hard for me to do that, being surrounded by the kind of society we are surrounded in. I shared experiences where you can literally see that as mtu anakwambia pole utapona, amesha kuua. Yani sura inasema kitu kingine na mdomo unaongea maneno mengine.
Hapo watu wanasema si wasanii huko nje.
You know, na sayo hawajui wananifanyia hivyo. But I have most recently learned that it's okay for me to have moments in the course of the day to break. It's okay for me to be really angry, and especially at God, because I have to go through those motions for healing to take place. And in this case, I'm not talking about physical healing, I'm talking about emotional healing. Some friends of mine who we started out chemo with, washapona. Do you know how that made me feel? I was so happy for them. But I was so frustrated because I was like, man, like, why can't I be the one who gets to stand and tell someone, nimepona. Nilikuwa hapa na nimepona. And I came to realize that maybe my story was not designed to encourage people after my journey is over. My encouragement was supposed to go out to people during my journey so that people can see that, she's coping while doing this, while doing that, and so can I. You know, when someone tells you about their story, wakiwa washamaliza mashida zao, it's a little bit, okay, you relate, but it's a tad bit hard to relate. But nikija nikwambie, listen, I am also on this same journey that you are. Na pata matibabu hivi na vile sijamaliza, but everything will be okay. Take heart. That person can be able to draw proper strength from you because they see that, hey, you're here and you're doing well. Therefore, they can strive to do whatever it is you're doing that is making it work for you. You get? I'm seeing a comment here. Kagwira says, amen, you live to declare the good works of the Lord that you trust. You are a strong woman crowned with God's grace. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you too. Bye, couples. Bye, Priska. Love you guys. May the Spirit of the Lord be with you always and with you too. This was not meant to be a very long live, guys. I am just catching in. I promised some of the patients that were going through their struggles, I'll try and go live a little bit more often. When I get time, jamani nakwambia huwa nikirudi nyumbani nimechoka. So when I think about going live, I'm just like, I want to go to bed because I have an early morning, but
Lavosti, we miss you too, bro. Taonana hivi karibuni.
But we are going to try and be doing this more often because we realize that we didn't go through everything that we are going through for nothing. Dan here has a lot to share with caregivers, and he's going to be doing sessions, and he also is going to be talking about mental health for a better chunk of the times that we're going to be having these conversations. And I hope that we're going to be conversating. I hope that we're not going to be lecturing. Yes, we are going through a situation, and I know most of you can relate. Good night. Ndio tumefika kwa good night, boys. But see, there's a whole lot of comments. Night, nephews. Basini. Good night, boys. Dida, you are an inspiration to many. And you guys are my inspiration too. Let me tell you guys. Mimi nilijua, when I came out, I was so ready for people to bash me. I was so ready for all the negative things because we live in such a negative space. But I always make it intentional to be positive. When someone says something, those ones who write negative comments on my, on my thread, I usually try to find the positive thing it is that they say. Kama kuna mtu ameniandikia, not kitambo, ameniandikia, huyu msichana huwa simpendi lakini I love her acting. So you see there's a positive comment somewhere in there. And I choose to focus on the positive because that is what brings about growth in my life. Hiyo nyingine, it's up to me to either brush it off, or if it is something that I can work on, I work on. I'm not perfect. Maybe kuna mtu nimekosea mahali na ameshika unajua ile kiwaru na mimi, and mi saa hiyo sijui nimemkosea. You never know. DJ, you're inspiration to many. Thank you. Okay, trying to scroll through the comments. I may not be able to address each and every one of them, but Dida oye, alhamdulillah, mpe salamu hazi umesalimiwa. Oh, Amali D. Wewe. Amali D.
Present.
Jamani, huyu achoma picha. One of our writers wa Sultana. Choma bro.
Writer Sultana maana mbona alimfuta wakili? Ndio maana sijamkumbuka.
Chana huyu chizi freshi. Nana Lelon. We majina hapa. Only strong people allow themselves to feel and show their feels. It's never a weakness, and I agree with that. That is spot on. Allowing yourself to feel and showing your feels is actually a sign of strength and not weakness. But for so long, we've been brought up in a society where we feel like showing our feels and expressing our emotions is actually a sign of weakness. Hello, Winnie, you look amazing. Thank you. To be honest, you look 100% healthy. I know. Isn't that amazing? Sal, baby. Yes, you do. That's amazing. I really love this comment because, and those are some of the positive things that I try to focus on. That am I here today? Yes. I look like my cousins meet me and they're like, man, you've added more weight. Umetushinda hata sisi. And I'm like, it's the God in me. It's the God in me. People go through treatment and they lose so much weight and they look like they're dying the next minute. And for me, the wasa, is there such a thing as was?
Yeah,
wasa. The wasa I got.
Yeah.
The wasa I got.
The more was
I got, the better I looked. It was even hard to convince people that I was in pain. I know it sounds ridiculous, but...
And you redefined what the Swahili is saying, Dan. Uledema na tisha. That actually means she's hot.
She's hot.
So kuna tisha.
It was really amazing for me, and nilipofungua macho yangu nikaona, okay, maybe life is not so bad after all. There are these beautiful things that are happening around me. This means God is shielding me from everything normal. People expect you to start out the way I started out. The next thing you're bedridden. The next thing, yes.
You're driving yourself in the direction that you want to go.
Yeah. The next thing you're dead. The next thing people are mourning and burying you and sending RIP messages all over Facebook and social platforms. And to be honest, it's been the opposite for me. I've been going on an upward trajectory, even on days that I've been feeling like super shitty, man. Super shitty. Because this journey ain't a joke, to be honest. Just because some people carry it with grace does not mean they don't struggle through it. If my bedroom walls could talk, I think it would speak 8 to 10 languages. That's how serious it's been. And we will get to talk about that in depth, because I don't, if you know me and my journey, I'm not your Woshe type of person. Absolutely, I don't condone, but I hate self-pity. I can't stand people who practice self-pity. I've lost my job. How is that supposed to help? You've lost your job.
Although, let me correct that, because that can confuse people.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I feel able to handle my comments. This one will need a session.
No, say it in mention.
Yeah, very, very plain. Unaona vile umeiweka. Some people would interpret it that to them that is expressing. So, as in that process of, I've lost my job, let it not be your constant. I think
Yes.
that's what you mean to say.
Do not dwell.
Yeah, do not dwell there. Nizile, you are allowed to break.
Yes.
Because you actually realize, hey, nimepoteza job. Lakini pia, inafika point, nimepoteza job. And then,
Nimepoteza job.
And then,
What am I going to do about it?
inafika point, nimepoteza job, imagine. As in, it depends on how you take it. So, msikize, lakini pia, mi ndio ule interpreter.
Jamani, nani huyo anayesema tufanana jamani?
Mi ni mrembo hivyo.
Mimi nina sura nyembamba hivi.
I'm that beautiful.
Ndefu hivi.
Nywele zangu ni kama zake. Beba hapo amedanganya. Cheki.
Babe,
Therapeutic.
what do you want from my hair?
Shona zile paka ziki. Steel wool. Sponge. Steel wool. Sponge. There's no hair company that wants to sponsor natural.
So you two are crazy in real life. Yes, lazima ametuona Swahili pot huyu. Tukijiachilia kuja kutuanika.
Wewe ukijiachilia ulikaza. Ulikaza kwa bench unaimba tu kama mzungu hapo USA. Sisi tulikuwa kwa uwanja pale tunabingirika.
I'm trying to catch up with comments, guys.
Hiyo
Niwaachilie
concert
kesho.
you guys mtafloat hizo nyimbo. Hao ndio alishika hizo nyimbo. Sisi tulidance zile za mwisho the ones we know.
And sometimes I go out by myself
Sikia.
and I look across the water.
By the way, she even sang the US anthem.
Honestly,
Everyone in Swahili pot is quiet. Mimi nashangaa around me there's an American. What?
come on, go there.
Alas, babe, I went like, I couldn't believe I'm here.
Was that loud?
And the Star-Spangled Banner. Come on.
In the land of free. What? Music is a universal language.
Amen.
Sikuwa najua wanisikia. Hata Angachi alikuwa anaimba.
Ngachi alikuwa akiimba Kibaluya. Wewe ulikuwa ile ya USA.
Hata sijui nilishikaje hiyo anthem yao, lakini for some reason na imagine sijui East African anthem.
She must be working for the CIA. Because that's the only other reason she knows the national anthem of the US of A.
Babe,
She's either CIA or FBI.
I watched Super
So
Bowl.
wale watu wa kufanya checking behind 10 things you knew about Bwire. Number 3 will shock you. She sang the national anthem of the United States of America. How? Green card hatuja apply. Sisi tumekaa hapa hata passport hatuja renew. Wewe unaimba nyimbo za US aje?
Angalia. I watch a lot of Super Bowl performances because I'm a performer. I'm a musician, so the Rihannas and the J-Lo's you realize they always sing the national anthem at some point. So unajipataga umeshika just like
my learned friends, that is what we call plausible. So yes, okay. So that's plausible, yeah.
Okay. Okay. For those of you who are joining us, we are talking about vulnerability today. Why do I sound like a radio presenter suddenly? I'm
in the show reel. She can cut this point and use it. So carry on. It is up to date. It is current.
Unajua zile shows za late night zile za ladies and gentlemen, that is Luther Vandross with Enjoy. Okay, on to the next. Excuse me. Baby, only Luther Vandross jamani.
Declutter by Zoe. Nice.
I love nani huyo?
Declutter by Zoe, yani jina yake. Hakusema ati.
No, I think if if I'm right, that is a decluttering business, a business that can come to your home and help you declutter.
Yes.
You know, like a clean house sort of thing.
Yes.
Have you ever watched the show Clean House? Okay. What do you guys think about vulnerability? You're beautiful inside and out, and all inside and out. All will be well. Thank you so much. What do you guys think about vulnerability? That is what we're talking about tonight. Excuse me. I shared about how my journey, because of how everyone was posting me and saying strong girl, Dida, you're strong. Excuse me. I didn't allow myself to be vulnerable. I felt like everyone is expecting me to be strong, so I'm going to be strong. I cannot afford not to be strong. And I came to realize that it's not good. Excuse me. It's not good. That's a hiccup. It's a hiccup. I have water. It's not good to be super, super strong because you need to allow yourself to go through the motions of life. Oh my God. Why do I have a hiccup? Guys, you're a superwoman. Your story motivates me so much. Thank you, Marion. Thank you. And I'm hoping to go on an interactive live session with you guys very soon. It would be nice to hear what other people have to say. Ako wapi JJ? JJ ako kwake. Treasure. Oh, Flavian. Mommy. Fatima will kill me. Treasure Flavian, that's my... Yeah. I like the way you view your situation, and congratulations for trusting Jesus with your health. Keep making those declarations. You will live to see them come true. I love. Thank you so much. Are you a big believer of manifestation? Like, you know, for instance, how everyone is always broke. I believe it's the reason we are always broke. Because we are always saying, Aki, I don't have money. Aki, I'm broke. I don't have money. I don't know. Even when you have money, you never really go like, I have money. We always go like, I don't have money. Umepata paycheck yako ndio hii imeland tu kwa account. But mtoto wako akikuuliza kitu, I don't have money. It's like we always don't have money. And I believe it's the reason we never ever have money. So how about we start for a change? Speaking life into our lives. How about I have money? I walk in the streets and someone tells me, hey, Dida, umeomoka. I'm like, yes. Yes. Because when you manifest, it becomes. There's power in this. When you believe it in here, it becomes. So you need to cheat your mind into believing. Of course, not in a psychotic way where you believe in lies and lies that you tell yourself.
Don't cheat your mind.
Yeah.
That's another topic for another.
That's another topic for another day. But you need, there is manifesting in a positive way until it becomes. You attract good energy. If you've heard about energies, it's real. If he does not look I have no idea what that means. Sorry guys, I have a cold. If you have a 5-year-old, be rest assured, karibu kila mwezi utakuwa na homa mara kama 2 ama 3. If he does not look at me the way Dan looks at you, I don't want it. Peer pressure. Peer pressure, babe.
Kuna watu hapa watakuja niite simp.
Expectation. Nini unaekea watu expectations hivyo?
Nani?
Yaani unaekea watu.
Nimeandikia mtu akasign popote. Have I bound anyone?
Mimi
naishi maisha yangu vizuri pole.
Sorry guys, I may not be able to read all your comments. Your skin is not only dark, it shines and tells your story. Brown skin girl, skin just like pearls, the best thing in the world. I never trade this for anybody else. Sing brown skin girl. Hey. Never trade you for anybody else.
Turn the offline.
Where's that, babe? Okay. Okay, I think so many of the people that are joining in now, no, they don't know what we are discussing.
Oh.
But do you have anything else to say? Because I think we can say good night. It's been quite a healthy one. Sisi kama wapenzi watazamaji. Oh my goodness.
No, they can join us again next time. Same place.
Can you guys suggest a day that you think I should come live again and we could have a chat? And this time, I would really like for people to inbox me the questions it is they have or matters they want us to tackle in like this interactive session, so we can help each other. Remember, you don't go through the experiences you go through for nothing. It is always for something. It's not for you to tuck it in your drawer. You definitely are going through what it is you're going through so you can help somebody else. So don't keep that information to yourself. We're here to learn. We're here to aid each other through those situations. Even if we are not going to sort them out, at least we will walk through them together. Please be encouraged and encourage me in the process because I need it. Today we were discussing about vulnerability, and this is me. I am asking you to tell me something nice as we are signing out. I don't know why that sounds like a PP2 poem, but I'm going to say it that way anyway. Baby, you want to sign out?
Huh?
You want to sign out? So many people are joining us, but yeah.
If you're joining now, sorry you are late. You will wait for this live to be posted in her newsfeed and you'll be able to catch up. We were talking about vulnerability. Feel free to ask her any question, man. Ask anything from living together, budgeting, secrets, how to handle relationships. We were discussing something yesterday that brutal honesty and emotional stability cannot live together.
That was today.
In a relationship. And I was telling her, I read it somewhere, and I was like, no. In fact, if you have brutal honesty and emotional stability, that relationship is now unstoppable.
Yeah.
And we work towards that.
Mm-hmm.
So feel free, let's be each other's light.
Does anybody have any question?
Sisi tuna candle tu tutaweka pale.
We have 7 minutes to go. We plan to go all the way to no. I know. I mean nasikia njaa. We'd plan to go all the way to 9, but if you guys don't have any questions, I guess this is it. We say good night. We say, and you were laughing at me for yawning. Thank you guys so much for joining us. It looks like there are no questions. So, okay. Good night, y'all. God bless you. Good night, Binene. Oh my God, I love this girl. Just got here. June Ominde, and I'm on my way out.
Azimeta.
Okay, moment. Can we talk about my full head of hair? Like I mean. Can you see that hair? I think I saw Thami somewhere there. Hi Thami, miss you, gal. Proud of you. Karimi Jules. Good night, Leon. Good night, Jules. Good night, Winnie. Wait. Okay, guys. I guess we can't just keep doing this for the next 6 minutes. I know, yeah.
It's been a pleasure.
It has been a pleasure. Hata si nani amesema naipost kwa feed?
Post bana. Hii unajua by the way ina message hapo katikati mimi nakwambia.
Good night, Marietta. Good night, dear. Okay, guys, good night. I have to eat dinner. I'm feeling hungry. It is beyond dinner time. Please inbox me for any questions and any discussions that you'd like us to have, cancer related or not. Because I know there's so many other people out there who are battling other forms of diseases, who are battling other forms of struggles like mental health.
Can we pray for dinner?
Like mental health issues, and I would really I keep pushing him to share about mental health because this guy has been on a journey and he needs to share it with you. And I'm hoping I know. Good. Thank you. Marietta says we should talk about mental health. Babe, the next time you're taking lead on this. What are you doing? Babe!
Sema usikii vizuri. Nasikia vizuri live TV.
Unaishi side gani? Dida, much love to you mama. Mimi naishi Mombasa. Am I supposed to think when you do that? Like, because it really, now words can't even come out of my mouth. I almost said head. Wait, are you getting a soothing feeling because of the texture of my hair?
Watch it.
What are we doing live, guys? Good night. It's been a pleasure. Babe,
Huh?
I've not been live that long.
X
That-
marks the spot.
You guys, I'm trying to figure out how to end this live video. Good night.